and that we are vulnerable if they were to attack us, and we're not prepared enough because we didn't train our soldiers in time, which is why we will train our soldiers in peacetime in our plan and not when a war comes. So we will be prepared for war, to fight in war. Okay. This leads me to observation 1 definitions. The NEGA team did not agree with our definition of the military draft, so I will restate it again, that the military draft is the enforcement by the government of its constitutional right to require all citizens of sufficient age and capacity to enter the military service of all the country. Source uslegal.com. Observation 2, harm. Harm 1. The AVF, our all-voluntary system, has not provided enough soldiers to defend our country. Quote, there may be wars that the U.S. is required to fight in its future where there simply won't be enough volunteers to staff the military, said by Nora Benshile. Source, advantages and disadvantages of a military all-volunteer force, May 29, 2019. With only the voluntary system, the U.S. will not have enough people to defend our country and fight against other countries. Therefore, we should be prepared beforehand to defend ourselves for the future. Judges, you can tag this as soldiers equal strength. Harm 2. The all-volunteer force is not powerful or capable enough to fight in wars against larger countries. Quote, we haven't had to fight a large many-years war against a major competitor that can wreak tremendous death and destruction on American forces in combat. If we were to ever fight China, Russia, or Eastern Europe, or Western Pacific, we would see a skyrocketing number of casualties, and we could quickly exceed the capabilities of an all-volunteer force. Source, advantages and disadvantages of a military all-volunteer force, May 29, 2019. With a smaller number of resources, such as weapons and soldiers, the U.S. does not have the capability to fight a large country and or for a long period of time. An excessive number of resources is necessary to fight larger countries and to handle the task that needs to be accomplished. With only the AVF, our need will not be met. Harm 3. The all-volunteer force is extremely expensive. Quote, the Pentagon has had to pay an unprecedented and costly enlistment and re-enlistment bonuses to get people to join the military and to remain when their initial commitment is complete. Last year alone, the military paid $424 million in enlistment bonuses. Source, upfront.scholastic.com. The cost to recruit for the military is expensive and increasing over the years. As a result, it's an economic burden over time that will be very hard to pay continuously. The AVF is not economically sustainable for the U.S. Judges, you can tag this ass in more debt than ever. Observation 3, plan. Let me restate our plan. Mandate, reinstitute the military draft immediately by announcing a national emergency while keeping the AVF with making a change of extending the draft to all male citizens and legal immigrants from ages 18 through 36 and start training immediately during peacetime until there is war. Mandate 2, reduce signing bonuses for volunteers. Mandate 3, use money from Mandate 2 to modernize and improve equipment for the U.S. military. Agency, National Congress, funding, taxes, and money from reducing the signing bonuses. Enforcement, selective service system. Observation 4, advantages. Advantage 1, there will be an increase of soldiers in the U.S. military. Quote, the purpose of the draft is so that the country would have enough personnel to support the military if called upon for defense or in response to a national emergency. Source, operationmilitarykids.org. By reinstituting a draft, more soldiers will be added to the military and meet the needs of war. Advantage 2, the U.S. military will once more be powerful and capable to meet the needs of America. Quote, when the armed forces of a government have highly trained soldiers and sailors ready for conflict, then it becomes more challenging for a foreign state to invade. Source, futureofworking.com. The U.S. will be capable of fighting other countries, small or large, since it will have increased the number of their soldiers, which will lead to a more quality military. With more people, this will lead to more equipment, which leads to more capabilities in our country. Advantage 3, military save money for other important uses. Quote, tens of thousands of dollars get paid to new recruits under the current structure of the U.S. military.